They want to follow their ways. They want to follow other people. You were given the choice, but then there's no paradise for you, because paradise will not open except for the Prophet first. No one can enter paradise until Prophet Muhammad enter first. In the day of judgment, when everybody is getting close, even all other prophets will be close to the gate of paradise, the caretaker of paradise, Ridwan, will not open the gate until Prophet Muhammad enter. Then other prophets will follow. After the prophets enter, the first nation is we, the ummah of Prophet Muhammad. Then only the ummah of other prophets. Even we are the last ummah, but Allah grant us this title, Khairul Ummah, the best. Yeah. Now what the Prophet ﷺ was reminded by Allah, and he remind all of us, that messenger or prophet was sent to bring good news as well as a warning, a reminder. Bashiran wa nazira. Yeah, it's just like, I do not know whether it's been reinforced or not. I think starting from this year, they said not only driver have to wear seat belt, even passengers. Is that been reinforced? That means if they caught any of the passenger don't wear seat belt, they can fine you. I came to know when I was in Penang, I take a Grab and then I was behind. Said, can you put your seat belt? I said, must we put seat belt? I'm sitting behind. Yes. If not, I may have some problem. I don't know. Yeah. So it's a warning. It's like the government is keep on reminding us, do this, because if not, then they will come, they reinforce the penalty for those who refuse to follow. And Allah Rabbul Alameen make it very clear, لِأَلَّا يَكُونَ لِلنَّاسِ اللَّهِ خُجَّةً بَعْدَ الرُّسُلِ. Now Allah is so just, is so fair and wise. He said, He do not want in the day of judgment, we will say to Allah, I don't know. Nobody informed me. Then you have a hujjah. You have a room of argument. I don't know, nobody informed me. Can a Muslim say that, I don't know what is written in the Quran? Every Muslim home there is a Quran. But you don't bother to know. Everyone have a handphone now. Do you know how to use your handphone? Why? Because you have the interest. Yeah. Even you know that the handphone can be very dangerous to your health, but we still use. Do you know that there is a sign given by the health department that there's a virus going on? Be careful. Don't let your throat dry. Always have something, moisture, drink more. Because if not, you're worried that you'll be affected with a virus. Yeah. Just example. A warning is being given so that we don't have any reason to argue with Allah. Say, we don't know. Yeah. Allah Rabbul Alameen Aziz Hakim, meaning He is very just, and He's not cruel to us. Before He want to make any judgment, He makes sure that we have received His guidance. If not, then Allah said, وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رَسُولًا. This is part of the Qada and Qadr. I will not punish anyone until the truth have reached them. Arrogantly, they ignore. They don't. Then Allah continued by saying in Surah 81, verses 28-29, and this is a very beautiful ayah. لمن شاء منكم أن يستقيم وما تشاءون إلا أن يشاء الله رب العالمين. Allah is telling us to whomever among you will to go straight to follow the right path. Whoever want to be in the right path. All of us want to be in the right path. All of us want to be safe. But Allah is telling us, but you shall not or will be accepted except with Allah's will. Without Allah's guidance, you cannot be guided. So if you want to be straight, to be guided, you must follow the guidance of Allah. Then you will be guided. You cannot say, I want to be guided, but my way. I want to be guided, I follow my friend. No, you have to follow Allah. And that's why we've been asking Allah, Ihdina siratul mustaqim. Oh Allah, only you can guide us to the straight path. But then we fail to follow what Allah wants us to do. We still follow our feeling, our desire, our thinking, our friend. Why are we so, are we stubborn in a way? Maybe. Ignorant? No. It's just we have this kind of, in a way, there is some element of arrogance. Allah said it, I know, but I also have my choice, my yes. When it comes to right and wrong, there's no other choice except to follow what Allah have choose for us. That's all, how you move on. Yeah. Why? Wallahu yad'u ila daris salam wa yahdi man yasha'u ila siratim mustaqim. In surah number 10, verses 25, Allah said, He always call all of you to the home of peace, Dar Salam. We want peace. We want to be happy. We want to have a good ending. And that is why Allah sent down the Quran as a guidance. He sent a prophet to keep on reminding us, explain things to us so that we will enter the house of peace. We enter our house is full of peace. Sometimes the minute you enter your house, your tension, your pressure start to grow. Because you are a peaceful person, the one at home is not peaceful. So he's going to create a lot of unrest to you. Just an example. So Allah is telling us, whatever He wants you to do is to bring you to the home of peace and to guide whom He will to the straight path. Whom He will is whom want to be guided. You don't know, you ask. When people show you the way, there is dalil, evidence. Allah said, the Prophet said, just follow. That's how we move on, brothers and sisters, and that's why we are doing it until today. You have been very consistent in attending the class and trying to strengthen your iman toward believing in Qada and Qadar, and that is very, very important. Now let us go back to the book. Page 161, we are talking about ancient event, talking about the past. What is the value of the ancient covenants, promises, agreement that we have with Allah? In general, there are texts indicating that shortly after creating Adam alayhi salam, the first man, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala extracted from his back all his descendants and make them testify to Allah's oneness. After that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put them to the state of death until the time that each of them would be normally born. That means they are dead. They are not here yet. When you are not here, that means you are not alive here. You may be in other planets. We know. Before we were here, we were in Alam Arwah, the world of the soul. At that point of time, Allah asked all of us, Alastu bi rabbikum, am I not your Lord? Everybody say yes. Because at that point of time, there's no corruption. You don't see any things like today. So many things. Yeah. Then Allah allowed you to move to the second world, Alam Rahim, your mother's womb. Some will end there and straight go to Barzakh. Some will survive, and then at that point of time, Allah also asked, Alastu bi rabbikum, am I not your Lord? We all say yes, because we are so pure and clean, not corrupted and yet. And then we were born. Now we came to the third world called Alam Dunya. You have Alam Arwah, Alam Rahim, Alam Dunya. And this is the beginning of all trial. There's no trial over there. The trial is for the mother. Have to go through the pain suddenly. Baby, no movement anymore. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajiun. So what do you do with them? You just bury. No prayer. Nothing to pray. Yeah. Even zakat fitrah is not wajib upon that baby because he was not born. Because zakat fitrah only start on this earth. He's still in the belly of the mom. Yeah. Then when we were born, and that's why people say, why we all cry? Why baby cry? Yeah, one of the reason the Prophet said, every baby except Jesus, other than they were pinched by the Satan. Satan chubit. So he feel the pain, he cry. Except Jesus, Allah protect him in a different manner. Then we are still pure and clean until things start to change. Who make the changes? Number one, Papa, Mama. You are going to corrupt your children. Now most of the children, and sometimes their parents want to control them, no gadget, no food. When you go to the grandfather, grandmother, they give them one food. Or say, no, I pity, no, I cannot give you all this when you were young. Now I do not want to miss the opportunity. I want to give to my grandchildren. Alhamdulillah, because you don't give me, that's why I become like this. I become a better daughter. But I want my daughter to be better, but now you're corrupting my daughter. Problem. Yeah. Why? Because we are thinking that we are going to do a favor, but we are not helping the parent who is trying to discipline the child. Those who are grandmother, they will know. Those who are not young grandmother, they don't know. Your love is going to be more to them. Yeah? So every time when Allah moves us from one to another, Allah asks us, and we said, yes, we bear witness that you are our God. And this is the ayah in Surah A'raf. Allah Rabbul Alameen remind us, is aqaza rabbuka min bani Adam min zuhurihim zurriyatahum wa ashhadum ala anfusihim alastu bi rabbikum qalu bala shahidna an taqulu yawmal qiyamah inna kunna an hadza ghafilin aw taqulu innama ashraka abauna min qabl wa kunna zurriyatan min ba'dihim afatuhlikuna bima fa'ala al-mubtilun. And Allah is telling us, reminding us, when your Lord brought forth from Bani Adam, from their backbones, their offspring, and call upon them, all the offspring bear witness about themselves. And Allah asked them, am I not your Lord? They answered, yes, indeed. You are our Lord, O Allah, and we do bear witness to this. Of this we remind you, lest you should say on the resurrection day, indeed, we were unaware of this. Unless you say, indeed, it was only our forefather who prior to us joined partner with Allah, and we were, but their late offspring, would you then destroy us for the doing of those deviant? We are going to say to Allah, I don't remember. Do we have this problem until today? Forgetfulness. Yeah, as you age, you forget more. Sometimes you're holding, you're looking for that thing that you're holding. You experience that sometimes. I experienced that sometimes too. I was holding and I go and ask, have you seen my phone? My phone was with me. But it was with a book. Being human, we have this fitra. And that's why they said, insan, it derived from the root word nasiya. Insan, alif, nun, sin, nun, insan. It came from the root word of nasiya, nun, sin, and forgetfulness. So it is common for us to forget, but it is not normal to keep on forgetting. Yeah. Normally we like to give an excuse. I forget. I cannot. You cannot keep on forgetting. There are three things that the Prophet said you cannot play around. If you say it with consciousness, it's considered yes. If you play around, it is also considered yes and legal. What is that three thing? Anybody remember? That you cannot play around. Yeah? One is, I divorce you. Don't play with this word. Even you say, I don't mean it. But I don't know. This is what you say. When you say, I divorce you. And if the other party brings it to the court, divorce can take place. You can say, I didn't do it, but I am the witness. You don't play around with this word. The same goes to reconciliation. You said, I take you back now. And then later, no, I have changed my mind. No. You have made rujuk already. When you say, I'm taking you back, then you are back. We were ready already. Then you say, okay, alhamdulillah. You say, no, I make a mistake again. No. Then if you continue, meaning you are getting toward the second talaq. You cannot play with all these words. The same, you cannot play with a wife and say, you say to her, your back is like my mother's back, zihar. You cannot humiliate your wife. When you say that, then the law comes after you. You cannot have any intimacy with your wife anymore because you cannot have intimacy with your mother. You can't. You can say your cooking is like my mother, no problem. Yeah. But you don't say your back is like my mother's back. When you say back means your buttock is like my mother, you cannot do that. It's a humiliation towards your wife. She has the right to be honored. You cannot play around this word. And what is the punishment? What is the kafarat? The kafarat for you, to redeem this sin is either you free a slave, one. We have no slave now. Second, you fast 2 months continuously. 2 months punishment to show you how severe, when you say this kind of word to your wife. And the third one, if you can't, then you feed 60 poor people. Because one represents 1 day of fasting. You have to fast 2 months, so 60. So be careful when you want to say anything. Yeah? So we will say to Allah, we were unaware about what we have said. Unless you will say, indeed, it was only our forefather who prior to us, who is our parent is the one who commits shirk. And then we are just following them, so why must you blame us? We are trying to argue with Allah in the day of judgment. But Allah Rabbul Alameen then inform us, remember, inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. You have made a promise to Allah. From the day you learn how to pray, worship Allah, you always start your prayer with dua iftitah. And please, sisters and brothers, dua iftitah do not apply on fardu prayer only. Every prayer, sunnah or fardu, don't miss dua iftitah. A lot of Muslims sometimes they do recite dua iftitah in the sunnah prayer. They only apply dua iftitah in the fardu prayer. There are 12 different types of dua iftitah. You can recite any one of it. And one of the things that is popular recited by the Prophet for fardu prayer, the dua iftitah start with Subhanakallahumma bihamdika wa tabarakasmuka wa ta'ala jadduka wa la ilaha ghairuka. And one of the dua of iftitah is also recited by the Prophet and also the companion in the sunnah prayer. Also the fardu prayer can be recited is Allahu Akbaru kabira walhamdulillahi kathira wa subhanallahi bukratan wa asila. Always remember from today, if you choose this dua iftitah, stop at wa asila. Don't continue anymore. If you want to recite wajjahtu, start from wajjahtu. Don't plus Allahu Akbaru kabira, because Allahu Akbaru kabira is a separate dua and wajjahtu is another dua. It's not joined together. Abu Bakar normally will recite Allahumma ba'id baini wa baina khatayaya kama ba'atai baina al-mashriq wal maghrib. This one difficult because you don't memorize it. Yeah? So if I call you to memorize, Allah, memorize again. So you don't have to do that. Just stay put with Allahu Akbaru kabira walhamdulillahi kathira wa subhanallahi bukratan wa asila. Stop there, please. Stop there. This is how the Prophet taught us to recite dua iftitah. Yeah? Wajjahtu, you have inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. But I don't recommend all of you to recite wajjahtu now, because you don't memorize the whole wajjahtu. You stop wa ana awal muslimin. The Prophet never stopped there. Not even one Imam stopped there. Abu Bakar never stopped there. Omar never stopped there. Ali don't stop there. Abu Hanifa don't stop there. Maliki never stopped there. Imam Shafi'i, he will recite wajjahtu, stop. Wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. None of us memorized until then. So continue. Allahu Akbaru kabira walhamdulillahi kathira wa subhanallahi bukratan wa asila. Enough. Now, the covenants, the promise that we have made, agreement to Allah. All my prayer, all my sacrifices, all my living, what I do in my life here, and my dying is only for Allah. That is our promise. And this promise is not new. It was there before we were born. But we forget. Then Allah sent messengers to remind us. Allah revealed the Quran to remind us, so that we will not forget what we promised to Allah Rabbul Alameen. So Allah said again, Allah took the people's covenants from the back of Adam. He brought out from Adam backbone every descendant that he was to create. He spread them between his hand like small ants. Now, Allah used this word. This word belonged to him. He said, Yadayhi, hands. Don't change this word. Nobody can change. It's Allah's word. We cannot have doubt, but never imagine that the hands of Allah is like the hands of his creation. You can't. Laysa kamithlihi shay'un. Allah said, nothing is like Allah. Yeah. Allah said he has fingers. All our heart is being controlled by the fingers of Allah. And Allah will flip it up and down anytime he likes. It's like the feather in the desert. When the wind comes, the feather will keep on changing up, down. That is how our heart is being controlled by Allah. Very fragile. Our heart is very fragile. That's why take good care of the heart. How to take good care of the heart? Take good care of your words. Be careful what you say. You keep on saying something negative, it's going to go into the heart of the other person, and later on, without we realize they develop a very negative feeling. Be careful of your tongue. Children today, Allahu Akbar. I was looking at a lot of children, even my grandchildren. You know, sometimes those children, they dare not say anything because their parent is very tough parent. No, you just listen, one-way communication only. So, but they are showing you through their body language. Have you seen how children show his anger? He knows he cannot fight you. He knows he cannot raise up his voice. But you can see the best thing for us to do when the mother is saying something hurt the son, and they know the son or the daughter will not speak against the mother. Father, look at her reaction. Or when the son is being scolded by somebody, if the father, mother, please look at the body language. Please, Allah gives you the eye to see. Please understand. And try your very best to quickly rectify the situation. Pull him in. No, we love you, son. One is hard, the other must be soft. If both hard, you are going to break them. It's a matter of time. They develop the hatred. You know what can happen to the children today when they hate you? Based on what they are exposed to the movie, to the news, anything can happen. We seek Allah's protection that this thing don't happen to us. Yeah. They can even burn the whole house. They get so upset. While you are sleeping, they don't sleep. And they can do many things. We don't like this thing to happen. So be careful. Yeah? When Allah said, أخذ الله ميثاق من زهر الآدم فأخرج من صلبه كل ذرية زرعها فنشرهم بين يديه كزر ثم كلمهم قبلا قال ألست بربكم. He brought out from Adam's backbone every descendant that he was to create. He spread them between his hands like small ants, and then he, Allah, spoke directly to them, saying, Alastu birabbikum. Am I not your Lord? We all say yes. This covenant promise that Allah subhanahu took from us when we were still in Adam's back. When Adam was the only human alive, everything is been Qada by Allah Rabbul Alameen. The hadith is very clear that before we were created 50,000 years ago, our Qada and Qadr was already written. What is happening today is just confirming the Qada and Qadr. We are just following to reconfirm what Allah planned is happening. What Allah planned is happening. Imam Shafi'i, our great scholar, was asked once night, how do you believe in Qada and Qadr? And he said, whatever Allah wills, even you don't will happen. Whatever you will, but Allah don't will not happen. That's all. But you must try your best. You cannot just leave it everything to Allah. Then I have no choice. Yes, you have a choice. Because you do not know what Allah has ordained for you. The Qadr and Qadr of Allah is unseen. You just do what you have to do. And Allah says, قُلُّ يَعْمَلُ عَلَى شَاكِلَتِهِ فَرَبُّكُمْ هُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِمَنْ أَهْدَى إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا. Everyone that Allah created, everyone have their own role and function. Everybody have their own skill, their own ability. If I am the best, you cannot be like me. Nobody can be like the Prophet. Nobody can be like Abu Bakr, even they try, because Abu Bakr is Abu Bakr. Prophet is a prophet. Everybody was created by Allah in their own form, and Allah decided. That is the unique of Allah's creation. You can try to imitate, but you cannot be like that. Imitation in speech, maybe in action, like movie. But when it comes to reality, you are you. Back to your normal thing. Yeah? What is important? The Prophet ﷺ remind us. I will read the meaning. Allah will ask the person who will have the least punishment on Judgment Day. Everyone will be questioned by Allah. Why? Because Allah said, in the Day of Judgment, everyone will see what he or she have done. فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. Allah will display every single deed that you have done. Bad or good, He will display it in front of you. But He will not display to everyone except for those who like to expose the wrongdoing, the mistake of the people here. You enjoy exposing the mistake, the weaknesses of a Muslim in this world. Allah will expose your weaknesses in the Day of Judgment. But if you try to cover, Allah will cover. But there are two kinds of sin. Sin that you commit secretly, don't expose. Sin that involves the public, then you have betrayed the public. Sin that involves the country, you have betrayed the country. You become a traitor. And you have the right to tell everybody, because if that is what a person have done to the country or to the people. O son of Adam, how did you find your staying in Barzakh? The Prophet said, Allah will ask us, how do you find your room in Barzakh? It's like, no, sometimes you travel. And, how is the room? My hotel, no, 5-star. How about the room? Sometimes hotel can be 5-star. The room can be 3-star. It depends where you are, you know. In Japan, every room is very small. You know, when the Japanese come here, wow, cheap and spacious, alhamdulillah, nikmat. And lately we came to know that people are commenting about the Japanese people. They say, I think the Japanese people is not human. They must come from another planet. You know why? Yeah? They are very particular with everything. Allahu Akbar. When they make something, they prepare for every angle they look into it. In all the leaf in Japan, what do they have? Anybody remember? They have like tools. We thought that for emergency, you can sit for the elderly. For another emergency, if you have to urinate, you have to go for toilet, you can just do it there. And it's ready. It's not going to make the place dirty. And their toilet, can you imagine sometimes they got music? Do you know where they come from the music? So you do your business without people hearing the voice. Tump, tump. No, it's music. See, they are so fine. They try to make sure that even when you buy all this chewing gum, they give you some plastic to throw it. Not like us, you throw anywhere. For us, the world is like a rubbish bin. For them, Allahu Akbar, every single thing, they look into it. Allahu Akbar. That's why the people who have been there, they say, I think they are not from this planet. They must came from another world. No. Because they plan everything. And they talk about China, the big China. China also very unique. They can create a lot of things. But the most unique part, the baby's trousers, they don't use Pampers. Chinese, they don't know what is Pampers because the baby there always wear trousers with an open buttock. Yeah. Male and female. Even Muslim children also are exposed to that culture. So when you want to carry any baby, oh, cute, remember. Yeah. You must remember they have a trousers in front, they cover, but behind is open. It's an open concept. Even my friend, my student, Muslim, because that is the only kind of trousers they prepared for baby. Open concept. So when they sit anywhere before you on the street, you have to check. They can, they are free. They are free to do anything, anywhere. Even the supermarket, sometimes the dustbin, they can even just do it. It's common to them, not common to you and me. So each time when you carry a baby, you just be patient for a while. You can ask them, everything okay? Is it dry now? Okay, then you can carry. Boy and girl, that's it. To them, that is their way. Everybody have their own way looking at things. So the Prophet ﷺ is telling us that when you die, then Allah will ask you, how do you find your room, your place in Barzakh? He will answer the worst place. He will be asked, if you had possessed the whole world and what was in it, that means Allah gave you everything. You have anything that you want in this world. Would you have used it to ransom yourself from hell? When you have a bad room in Barzakh, that is a sign your ending is bad. That's why the Prophet did mention, whoever are in that situation, they always pray to Allah, don't let Qiyamah to happen. Delay Qiyamah, because after Qiyamah, hellfire is worse than Barzakh. Barzakh is a waiting world. You can feel the heat, but you are not being burned yet. But when you go to Nar, it's burning. It's ready now. All the water is boiling. All the iron is being heated up. Just wait for the what? For the gas to come in. Yeah. So those who will go to hell, they will know when they are in Barzakh. And then Allah asks us, will you ransom yourself from hell if you're given all the wealth in this world? He will answer, yes. So Allah will tell him, you are lying. Allahu Akbar. Because I required from you what is much easier than this when you were still in Adam's back. I require that you do not commit shirk with me, and I will not then admit you into the fire, but you insisted in committing shirk. The command will then be issued to take him to hellfire. Remember, in every Jum'ah, some imam like to recite Surah Al-Jum'ah in the first rak'ah. Not all, but some. As a reminder. But the second rak'ah, they will recite the few ayat, the ending of Surah Munafiqun. One is Jum'at. After Jum'at is Surah Munafiq. The ending of the Surah Munafiqun, Allah is telling us, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu la tulhikum amwalukum wa auladukum an zikrillah. Wa may yaf'al zalika falaysa minallah fa ulaika humul khasirun. Wa anfiqu mimma razaqnakum min qabli an ya'tiya ahadakumul maut fayaqula rabbi laula akhartani ila ajalin qarib fa asaddaqa wa akum minas salihin. وَلَنْ يُؤَخِّرَ اللَّهُ نَفْسًا إِذَا جَاءَ أَجَلُهَا وَاللَّهُ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ. Allah is telling us, oh you who believe, don't let your property, your work, or your children make you forget me. Sometimes you don't pray, you give excuse, baby. Sometimes you don't do this, why? Busy. I'm working, no time. Allah said, don't let this world turn you away from me. Because if you do that, you will end as a loser. You thought that you are so rich now, you get everything you want in this world, but in Allah's way, you have nothing. You are a poor person. And then Allah said, وَأَنْفِقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ مِنْ قَبْلِ أَنْ يَأْتِيَ أَحَدَكُمُ الْمَوْتِ. What you have now, Allah is telling us now we all have something. We have the energy, we have the knowledge, we have the wealth. You have so many things now. So do now with what you have. You have money, contribute. Give sadaqah. Give infaq. Before it's too late. Before death comes to you. Then only you say, oh Allah, can you delay my death? Can you delay my departure? The flight, they can delay. Sorry, flight delay, 1 hour because of this, that. But if you delay, will the flight wait for you? You can call, hello, I'm on the way, I'm delayed 10 minutes, please wait for me. Nobody responds to you. But when they delay, you have to have patience. Yeah. And sometimes they make me very unhappy because I travel a lot. Even 15 minutes is too late. I say, 15 minutes. You say 10 minutes, no, 20 minutes. But when you delay for 2 hours, oh, that is different. Their delay is different, your delay is different. But Lord, that is the rule, what can we do? So Allah said, now you have, use it, do it, contribute, unpick, give before it's too late. Then you say, oh Allah, I'm going to give. Just give me another chance. I will give everything. Allah didn't call you to give everything. He just called you to give some. And you keep on holding. No, my. فَيَقُولَ رَبِّي لَوْلَا أَخَّرْتَنِي إِلَىٰ أَجَلٍ فَأَصَدَّقَ وَأَكُنْ. Oh Allah, you spare me again. Give me another chance. I don't give everything. And I don't do anything except to worship you. I don't want to think of dunya. I don't want to use handphone anymore. I want to Allahu Akbar. After 2 rakat, Allahu Akbar. Zikir 1,000 times, 200,000. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to eat and drink also. Allah said, you are a liar. Now, what is mentioned in this hadith? Yeah, they said, you are a liar. I didn't ask a lot. I just asked you not to commit shirk with me. You may commit other sin. Being a human is part of Qada and Qadr. We are not angel. When you are not angel, brother and sister, we are all sinner in a way. But Allah is always ready to forgive you with a condition. Don't commit shirk. Can we understand that? Only one Allah asks, don't commit shirk, especially when you want to die. And this is the most difficult time. When you are sick, you want to be healthy. You want to get well. So now there is people who come to you and give you a lot of idea. Oh, you try this medicine, try that medicine, can't work. You went to the hospital, didn't work. I know somebody. He stays somewhere, in a kampong. He's not a doctor, man. But no, he's known. Known for what? If he's known, really is true, they should have put him in the hospital, in a special room, to be the advisor, so that people can get counseling from. No. He's in the kampong, makan sirih, And then the house also is so, only Allah knows. Yeah. And they say, oh, he sees everything, He can cure every sickness. Then we are starting to tell them, go to the Bumo. When you go there, there is a sign of shirk. Allah has said to us, when you have any problem, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلِ الذِّكْرِ. Ask those who are specialized. You have heart problem, you don't go to the ENT doctor. Hey doctor, please help me. My heart, I'm sorry. See, give me ENT. I give you the wrong medicine, you sue me. I mean ENT, you heart IJN. That should be the direction. Yeah? So don't commit shirk. Whatever happened, hold on to Allah. Have faith in Allah. Anytime you are not well, وَهُوَ يَشْفِينَ إِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِينَ, Allah said. And Ibrahim a.s. also said, when I am sick, the one who cure me is not A, B, C, but Allah. Yeah? Depression, anxiety can be a silent killer. Find inner peace. Peace belongs to Allah. Be connected to Allah. And Allah promises, Allah bi zikrillahi tatma'inul qulub. By remembering Allah, Allah will give you a peaceful heart. When you have a peaceful heart, you have a peaceful mind. Mullah Ali Al-Qari, rahimallah, cited an explanation by Al-Fakhr Al-Razi regarding the above saying of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some scholars say that since Adam's offspring are from his back, all those that come out from their back until the last day are those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala extracted initially from Adam's back and took from them the ancient covenants, promise, agreement. Thus the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam wanted to tell his ummah that prior to the current covenants that they can perceive with their reason, there is an ancient testimonial covenant promises. Just to remind us, the above text refer to an event that happened during Adam's lifetime from that day. Relating to this, some people have the following misconception. What is the value of such a promise or agreement that was taken from human in a previous life? Since none of us remember that event, how can we be held accountable for it on the day of judgment? The follow is the answer. In this life, our voluntary actions are not based on the ancient covenant. Anything voluntary is an option. That's why you have fardu, sunat. The fardu of zakat is 2.5%. After that is a sunnah. Do we love to do sunnah? Should. We always have a lot of extra. We want to have extra. Therefore, we cannot claim that we are unable to act because we do not remember it. You know how to always look for option. Another option. When come to this, you do not know. It's just you pretend not to know and not to remember. Allah have reminded us through the Quran. He sent the Prophet to remind us. Scholars have reminded you. Your parents have been reminding you. Have our parents remind us to read the Quran? Yes. Have our parents remind us to pray? Yes. Have your